Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys That Magic. This is Hunter and Shane again.
Hi.
Today is June 30th, 2021, and we are doing day 2 of spoiler season of Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Yesterday was a big one. Today, not so much, but still had some pretty juicy rares and mythics to talk about.
Juicy.
So without further ado, let's just jump straight into these rares and mythics with Dragon Turtle. Dragon Turtle is 1 generic 2 blue mana for a Dragon Turtle. That is a 3/5. It has Flash. It also has Drag Below. That states when Dragon Turtle enters the battlefield, tap it and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap steps.
That's pretty good. I like that, actually. That means
Why
that
is
you can
this?
just... Why do you mean, why is this?
Yeah, go ahead, tell
You
me why.
could tap down the... Well, it sucks because has to be tapped, but...
Exactly.
I mean, that part sucks. But let's say you already have something on the field, and you want to tap that down for, like, some damage or something? Oh. And it doesn't untap, which is cool, so your dragon will untap, your turtle will untap, and then theirs will not, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah, you obviously flash it in on their turn, but it doesn't untap on your turn.
Oh, wait, no. When you flash it on the end of their turn, it'll untap. Yours will untap, right?
No,
Chilling.
yours doesn't untap. They don't
What?
untap during their controller's next untap step.
Dude, I don't like this card anymore.
It's kind of, I mean, yours
Why give it
untaps.
flash, dude?
Yours untaps first, technically, after a round. Like after the next full cycle of turns between you
That is
and your
so
opponent.
stupid. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a 3/5, so I mean, it's got a big butt, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
No.
Overall, Dragon Turtle is just a turtle dragon.
Turtle Dragon, yeah.
Man, let's move on. Next up, we have Oswald Fiddlebender. Oswald
Oh, weird
Fiddlebender,
name.
exactly. He costs 1 generic, 1 white mana for a 2/2. It's a legendary creature. It has ability of pay a white and tap it, sack an artifact, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact's mana value, put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Activate only as a sorcery.
That's cool.
It is pretty cool. You're just growing artifacts.
Yeah. Start off with something little, and then... I'm pretty sure there's cards that do this before, so it's not like it's new, but...
Oh, there's definitely cards that like the what In Search of Greatness does that with creatures.
Wait, this is a gnome?
Is
That's
a
the
gnome
tallest gnome I've ever
artificer.
seen in my life, dude.
He's tiny. I think he's
What the hell is he standing on?
a boat. I don't know.
He looks pretty big to me, dude. Alright, well... It's okay.
Yeah, I think this is like In Search of Greatness, but with artifacts. So, I mean, it's cool, but you do have to tap him. I mean, if you didn't have to tap him, you just paid 1. That'd be cool. But I mean, I guess that'd be too overpowered. I don't know. Wizards know what they're doing when it comes to balancing cards.
Do they, though?
Sometimes.
Oh, we don't ever
Oswald
ban cards ever,
Fiddlebender.
dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever.
Let's go on with the big boy that was announced. This is a Planeswalker. This is Zariel, Archduke of Avernus. You pay 2 generic and 2 red mana, starting with a loyalty of 4. It has a +1 ability that says creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. It also has a pay 0 for loyalty to create a 1/1 red devil creature token with, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. And its ultimate is a -6 that says you get an emblem with, at the end of your first combat phase on your turn, untap target creature you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase.
I like that.
This seems real easy to get that emblem. It
Yeah.
starts with 4 and it's only 6.
Yeah. I don't really understand like the +1 giving it haste. Kind of seems weird because like that's implying that you're gonna pay. Oh, I guess it's already on the field. Never mind. I'm thinking in my head like, okay, so you play it for 4, and then you play a creature, but it could already be on the field.
Yeah, plus the creature gets +1/+0, even if it's already on the field. If you just play this turn 4.
Yeah. Seems chillin'. Seems chillin'.
Seems like a very good Planeswalker. I would like to
Yep.
say that the artwork of this card is obnoxious
That's
in the
awesome.
in the fact that the whip that Zariel is holding goes through the text of the card itself,
Fine, dude. You can read it.
covering it. It's I just think it's bad design.
Dude, they do this in magazines all the time, bro. Open up like go look at like the latest People magazine. They put their head right in the middle of the text. They're like, look at Playboy. It's not uncommon.
Look at Playboy. I
Also,
just think,
look at his
yeah,
hand, dude. Look at
huh?
the whip is a part of his hand, dude.
That's yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
kind of
It just has a whip hand.
a whip hand, dude.
Whip hand with wings, dude. I think this emblem is insane because, as you know, emblems do not go away. So
You know that,
once
yeah.
this emblem comes into the field, one of your creatures is going to attack 2 times.
Or all of your creatures.
This gives something with double strike the power to attack twice.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I didn't read that. Attack target creature. Got it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty insane. Like, even though this isn't the
Dude.
color of an ultimatum, I would throw this in an ultimatum, and then with Vorinclex, get this to ult instantly, attack in with Vorinclex twice.
Bro, you're thinking too small. I'm thinking a Winona tech. I'll just take 2 combats real quick. Was that not send it attacking and tapping again?
I mean, it only does 1 creature you control.
Yeah, but you go and you get to get a second one from if it's not a human, right?
True. You just get an extra one.
An extra
Yeah,
2.
that'd be pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is this is definitely the Planeswalker people are gonna want. I think it's gonna rule standard for a good while. That's my prediction.
What royal rules?
All right, moving on. We have Triumphant Adventurer. This is a 1 white, 1 black for a 1/1. It has Death Touch. It says as long as your turn, Triumphant Adventurer has first strike, and whenever it attacks, venture into the dungeon. It's a very good card for a 2-drop.
Seems like a pretty good staple of this set coming up.
Yeah, this is
I
anything
get
with
will see play.
this is 100% seeing play. This is a very, very good card. Because you're always going to be venturing. Pretty much, you're requiring them to double block this.
It's like Ryan Reynolds, dude.
Just coming out with all this loot, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this card is very good. What do you
A+,
think?
dude. I think it's very good as
A
well.
plus?
A+, dude.
Yeah, a very. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like,
I
come,
love
dude.
this
Oh,
card. I love
very
this card
good.
so much. Moving on, we have Froghemoth. It's like a behemoth frog. Get
You
it?
get it, dude. Yeah.
It costs 3 generic, 2 green mana for a 4/4. It has trample. It has haste. It says whenever Froghemoth deals combat damage to a player, exile up to that many target cards from their graveyard. Put a 1/1 counter on Froghemoth for each creature card exiled this way. You gain 1 life for each non-creature card exiled this way.
Combat damage to a player. So if it deals 4, it does
You
this 4
exile
times?
4 cards, yeah.
Holy shit.
And then if you're exiling creatures, it grows.
Interesting.
This is a low to the ground nightmare.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's great
I mean,
because it's got trample and haste. So it's like I play this, attack right away. It's probably going to hit you. I
yeah,
don't
it
know.
costs 5. It's kind of expensive, but For what it does, I guess it's good.
In mono green, it's pretty solid, man. You're gonna be ramping up to that 5 quickly.
Yeah. It's cool.
I think it's gonna see a lot of play in green decks.
I agree.
Let's go ahead and move on to Varis, Silverymoon Ranger. This costs 1 generic, 2 green mana for a 3/3. It is a legendary creature that is a human elf ranger. It has reach. It has ward 1. It says, whenever you cast a creature or planeswalker spell, venture into the dungeon. This ability triggers only once each turn. And whenever you complete a dungeon, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token.
This would be a sick ass commander.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
I like it though. 3 mana for
However,
3/3.
the ability triggers only once is an issue.
Why?
I think they kept it so it's not that good.
They're just trying to, dude. They're trying to make sure that you don't abuse the fuck out of this
Dungeons.
dungeon.
Yeah,
They're
that's
trying to
true.
stop doing from what David wants to do. Break the card.
Break the dungeons.
I think that it's pretty fair for what it does for 3 mana. You get ward, you get reach, you get a 3/3 body, and when you do end up completing dungeons, you get to make some tokens.
True.
Like
I
it does
want
a
to
lot.
know if so. Does this trigger the whenever you complete a dungeon makes it 2/2? It only triggers if this is on the field when you complete a dungeon, or when this comes in and it's like, oh, you've completed a dungeon. Here's some creature tokens.
Right. When this creature's on the field, yeah, the creature has to be on the field, right?
Do you think so?
Well, how else
Because
would you
there was a card last time that said whenever you complete a dungeon. Oh, if you've completed a dungeon, I think it said. Never mind.
this is definitely like this text would not be relevant if the creature's not on the field.
True.
Yeah,
I think they
it's cool.
definitely had to neuter it not to abuse the dungeon mechanic.
Even with that, I think this is only one creature that does it. I think in the deck you could have more than one creature that ventures into the dungeon
Yeah,
on the
I think
same turn.
it probably slides into an elf deck in standard at some point.
Ooh.
A 3/3 for 3 with
Yeah.
reach and ward.
Yeah.
Solid. Moving on, we have Zalto Fire Giant Duke. This is a giant barbarian that costs 3 generic, 2 red mana for a 7/3. It has trample. It also says whenever Zalto Fire Giant Duke is dealt damage, venture into the dungeon.
This doesn't say once per turn.
Correct.
So if this guy gets like triple blocked, he does it 3 times.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I mean it's just how fast before he dies because he's only got 3 toughness.
That's what I'm saying. I'll put a push pin in how good the dungeons will be. By itself, this card doesn't seem very good.
Yeah, I mean
get 5 mana for it.
if you pump this up with counters and something, and then you're like doing damage to itself just to like have little like what is it, lava spike, little 1 damage.
Yeah, but you don't want casting. That'd feel bad. Like if that deck with the dinosaur still was around, where the dinosaur pinged for a creature for 1, maybe, that was a cool color, but I don't see that being. Unless that mechanic comes back where it's like, oh, when you cast a card, this does damage to 1 damage to everything or something. I don't know.
I just think once again, I think Wizards hit this on the head by giving it only 3 toughness. Otherwise, it would have been dumb.
Hit it on the head, dude. Give it fucking haste, dude. Fuck it.
Give it haste.
I mean, it wants to attack.
Yeah, it's a 7/3 though.
Yeah,
For 5 mana. I think
Yeah.
if you put haste on that, it's kind of dumb.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely playing. Then it's a playable card, dude.
Exactly. And that's why Wizards said no.
Oh, okay. They want this set just to go away quietly. Like, all right, let's finish the dungeons. Go on to the next.
Exactly. Speaking of dungeon, let's move on to this new land they announced today called Dungeon Descent. Dungeon Descent enters the battlefield tapped.
Whack.
Not even already, just another tap thing. You can tap it and add 1 colorless mana. You can also pay for generic mana and tap it, and tap an untapped legendary creature you control. Venture into the dungeon. Activate only as a sorcery. This is a pretty terrible card.
Are there? I mean, this wouldn't be in standard, but are there any legendary cards out there that say like when this creature gets tapped, untap target permanent? Because that'd be a sick infinite combo. But yeah, this card feels bad.
Yeah, this is a terrible land. It's slow, and you have to tap it and tap another thing to venture into the dungeon.
Yeah.
Like,
Wouldn't that be cool though? You like what?
It would have made sense just to pay 4 and tap this to go into the dungeon. But
Yeah.
to tap another untapped legend, it has to be legendary too.
Yeah.
It's
because think about the lore, bro. You need the brave hero to enter the dungeon.
That's right. You need your legendary creature.
Yeah, man. But
I don't know. Dungeon Descent. Terrible.
When tapped, untap. Like think about this, dude. You tap a legendary creature that says like when it becomes tap, untap, permanent, and you untap your land and you tap it, you just fucking bop, 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 and you win the game. That'd be sick, dude.
Dungeon. Yeah, I don't know. It's bad. It's real bad. I hate this card.
I hate this card.
We got Meteor Swarm. Meteor Swarm's a sorcery. This sorcery costs X and 3 red mana. Meteor Swarm deals 8 damage, divided as you choose among 8X target creatures and or planeswalker.
You said 8X, dude? You just mean X?
I just mean X, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, pay 4 mana, deal 8 damage to 1 thing.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good if you're fighting something that's big.
Or if you fight a bunch of little things, I guess, or like you're gonna kill a planeswalker and a creature, that's kind of cool.
You'd have to pay more to kill a bunch of little things.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying.
X is the amount of creatures you're targeting.
Right. I mean, oh yeah. Well,
I think it's saved for big boys.
big boys.
Big boys. Overall, I don't. It's a sorcery too. I don't think it's gonna see any play. But
I mean, those kind of big removals are always sorceries, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. Like this is the big. Like what's the most it could do? You'd have to pay. 8. Right, 1 damage to 8 creatures, which would be 11 mana. Nah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, this will be great and limited.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool and limited. That's a good point. But overall, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I'll give it a maybe.
Up next, we have Yuan-Ti Malison. Yuan-Ti Malison is a creature. It costs 1 generic, 1 blue for a 2/1. It says it can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, venture into the dungeon.
More rogues, dude. Fuck rogues.
Snake Rogue. You are correct. I think pumping this creature by itself and just swinging with it is pretty good.
Got like a shitty version of what the fuck is that called? Noble Hierarch has it. You know what I'm saying? When it attacks alone, it gets a.
Ignoble Hierarch is the wrong card you're talking about.
No, it has the same thing. Ignoble and Noble Hierarch, they both have the same. Like when one creature attacks alone, it gets a buff. This is the same kind of thing where like when he attacks alone, he gets a buff. The buff being don't block it. Exalted, right there. See?
Exalted.
Yeah. So obviously it's not exalted, obviously, but I'm just saying the fact that it wants to attack alone.
Yeah, I think this would be good. A 2 mana drop for a 2/1 that can just do damage immediately by itself. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Art
is really weird. It's like a snake person. Snag. Finally, this was just announced right before we started this video. This is a legendary artifact. just like the blue one. This is the green one. This is Instrument of the Bards. It costs 1 green mana. It says, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a harmony counter on Instrument of the Bards. It also says you may pay 3 and a green and tap it. Search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to the number of harmony counters on Instrument of the Bards. Reveal it, put it in your hand. If that card is a legendary, create a treasure token, then shuffle.
I like her, but I don't know about the card.
This card is not good.
Man.
Here's why. You have to pay 4 mana to put a card in your hand. So you have to
Yeah.
pay an additional however much the card you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like okay, say you put this down turn 1, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then
Every
turn
turn you be
4,
putting,
turn
got
4 you
full
can go
loyalty or
find
whatever.
something with 4 mana.
Yeah.
And then not do anything for the rest of the turn.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's got a bear. There's a rabbit on a boar. I mean, there's a cat on a cat. Okay, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here.
It's so cool, man.
Got a tattoo of a bird. Like this, what else do you want?
The art is amazing.
Yeah.
She summons the creatures with her harp.
What's that green thing next to her arm? I'm getting. Yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
It's like wrapped around her. Okay, whatever. I'm going off the topic.
Overall,
This
this legendary artifact doesn't seem very legendary.
I like the blue one.
The blue one's a lot better. All right, that's it. That was all the cards they announced today. As far as rares and mythics go, again, if you're looking for all of the cards that were spoiled today, go follow us on Instagram. What are you doing? We post all the cards that are announced. Right there on our
Yeah.
Instagram. That's Guys at Magic.
Yeah.
Very simple. Give us a follow. We're almost at 100 followers.
Holy shit.
We're at 97.
That's lit.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We will be back tomorrow for whatever they spoil tomorrow.
Okay.
This is Guys at Magic. See ya.
Later.